when you guys bought your house, you guys are actually in Broken Arrow, and this is the thing that we should probably talk about, which a lot of people don't know. You bought
Yeah.
your house in Broken Arrow city limits, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you're in Union Public Schools.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that's something that you really need to look at when you're purchasing here in Tulsa. Is you can be in a certain city limits, but you can be in a completely different school district. And I guess we'll just go ahead and talk about the kids now. So how did that go with you guys moving down here with 3 kids? How did they adapt to the move? What are some things that you wish or that you guys did well, you think, with the move, or some things that you would recommend for parents that are, basically moving their kids across country? Like, do you guys have any recommendations?
I think a lot of families try to move in the summer, so
Yeah.
you don't disrupt the school year.
We didn't do that.
Initially thought we were going to be here like in January or beginning of February, but it wasn't until like March. It just kept getting pushed back. So it was kind of rough that we moved here in March, and so there was just like a couple months left of school.
Okay, well, something I did that I would do again is I didn't enroll my kids in school right away because I was like, this is like
Unpacking and
a huge life transition. I'm not just going to be like, now go to school like with these strangers. So I bought passes to all local places like the zoo and the Discovery Lab. And we just hit those places up for like 3 weeks when nobody was there because everyone was in school. And so like they got to explore Tulsa, and it was just like time we had together. And then I enrolled them in school. So it was just like a little bit of a break to like, it's too much change too quickly. So I mean, that went well for our family, and their school is great. It's this like little neighborhood school. I love everybody there.
Let me ask you this question. You guys had 3 kids. What are some places that you enjoy taking the kids? Because you rattled off a couple of them, like Discovery Lab and places like that. Is there maybe a list of 3 to 5 that you can say, like, we absolutely love taking our kids to these places?
Yep. Yeah. And, this is one of the things you did a great job on your channel before we moved here is you did a good job of like getting excited about the gathering place and just.
Okay, but knowing about the gathering place and experiencing the gathering place are like totally different things. It is like,
I think it's one of Tulsa's
amazing,
like biggest selling features, especially if you have little kids,
even
so
big
fun.
kids.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I've never seen anything like it. I've like lived in tons of big cities. It's incredible. And I mean, every time we go, I'm like, I've never even seen this part. Like, there's parts I still haven't seen. And so that's one of them.
Yeah, we always say like in most other places, the gathering places, like in most other cities, that's like some attraction you would pay to get into.
Totally.
Right.
So the fact that it's totally free is like huge.
And it's not super crowded. Like, I mean, if that was in San Diego, you wouldn't even be able to like get in.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we love that. The zoo, we go to the zoo a lot.
Yeah, the zoo's perfect. It's big enough to kind of have all the type of animals you would want to see. It's small enough to be able to like walk around. It's relatively flat. So it's like a good, yeah.
The animals are always very lively. The gathering place and the zoo's playground, there's just like very unique play equipment. Because you come from like the West Coast, parks are everywhere. The city we lived in, Henderson, one of their one of their points was they have a playground within a mile of every resident of Henderson. And it was cool. Like, there's a playground in walking distance from your house. And there's not very many playgrounds here. They're definitely more spread out. But the ones that they do have are very unique. It's not just like your standard cookie cutter, like, play equipment. It's like stuff I've never seen before, which is fun.
So you guys said this place, and just to give it a little bit more clarity for people that don't know, can you explain a little bit more about the Discovery Lab? And talk about that, because you guys you said you've been a couple times, right?
Yeah, we have membership to the Discovery Lab.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that.
We love the Discovery Lab. My kids love the Discovery Lab. It's just basically like we like it because it's indoors. So if it's too hot or too cold, you can go somewhere inside. But they have this climbing, like a lot of climbing equipment. And then they have a huge slide made out of tape, which is cool. Yeah. And they have like science experiments and people hosting little experiments, and they have.
It's very hands-on, right? The
Yeah.
kids get to touch all the stuff, so they just go from one thing to another, very kind of like, kind of like hands-on science museum type of activities there.
There's a lot of different activities. They love it. Like I will say that is the most crowded place for me, like that we visit. It's just, I think, smaller, and it's really popular. So that's the most crowded, I think.
I can also shout out the aquarium.
Oh, aquarium. I always forget about the aquarium. Yeah, talk about the aquarium real quick. I always forget about it.
I think it's one of those places like, we got a membership to all the places. You know what I mean? Like that's one that we may not like re-up because you go a couple times and you kind of get it. But like going once for sure is totally cool.
So our daughter went on a field trip to the aquarium before we ever went. And she came home and was like, this is the coolest place I've ever been. Like, she was like, we have to go. So she actually got the membership for her birthday. And we take everybody who comes to town. We took my parents, and my dad was like, I saw more animals here than I see at SeaWorld. And because it's just like they have a huge shark exhibit. You could pet the stingrays. Like, and it's kind of small, but in a short amount of time, you can see like a lot of stuff. They just got a new carousel, so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's new, and they have a playground also, and it's on the river, so it's really pretty. And their playground is also very unique to any playground I've seen. We actually spent the 4th of July at the aquarium because they do the Jinx fireworks over the river, and since we had membership, it was free. It was pretty cool.
Do you guys go to downtown very often? Do you take the kids to, the One Oak Field, or have you guys done that? Baseball? Because Darren, you're a baseball guy, right?
That's right.
We love the Drillers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to a couple Drillers games. Hot, so hot. We sat in the direct sun.
Yeah. The kids really enjoyed it. We don't take them downtown a ton, but.
Okay, you gotta talk more about the Drillers, though.
Okay.
I love the small town feel of that baseball game. The players interacted with the kids and were throwing balls up. It was very I grew up with professional baseball, which I love, but very different than minor league, which is so fun.
Yeah, and there's not a bad seat, right? It's a very nice little ballpark. There's in the outfield, there's like a splash pad and playground and stuff. Games can be long, and so you can break it up by doing that, which is really fun with the kids.
Yeah, next time we'll bring their swimsuits. We regretted that because the splash pad, so many kids were out there in swimsuits and.
Oh yeah,
and it's very affordable. I just love that. I love that everything here is so affordable.
Right. Yeah, because just sit out in the outfield. I think it was $8 or maybe $8. It's like, why are you even charging me? Just let me go in. $8 or $10. Come on. What is this gonna do?
Yeah.
Then you could buy the kids the cotton candy.
Yeah.
Right. You're not spending so much on the ticket.
If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. You just type in Stephen Hester, the 918 agent. You can follow me there. I put out a lot of great content. Make sure you like it, subscribe, because when you do that, it makes me feel good, and it makes me want to make a lot more content, okay? And if you have questions about moving to Tulsa, visiting Tulsa, or anything to do with Tulsa or Oklahoma, this is the reason why I do this. Reach out. I put my phone number in my email. That is my phone number, so you're not calling some operator. Give me a call. I would love to help you and talk to you about the possibility of making Oklahoma your new home.